Hello again, most esteemed viewers. My name is Jekyllstein Gray, and today I am continuing my playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club. Finally worked up the courage. Yeah, so it's been a busy couple days. I had to do some more homework communism episodes, before I did 2 Even the Ocean episodes, which got no views, which is something I hadn't happened in a while. But, whatever. I'm trying to think of any of the other things I wanted to say. A lot of stuff happened. I recently passed over 100 Twitter followers, which is actually a big deal. I found a lot of fellow macabre aficionados on Twitter, and I followed them, and a lot of them followed back. And one of them was really nice and actually retweeted the pinned tweet for my Halloween videos. Yeah, so I know. Well, I actually didn't know that, but I don't know why I said I know. And it's funny because most of them are women, which is something that it's interesting because, I'm not, bewildered by it, but I think that let's see. Oh, interesting. I thought that would have made, I thought Yuri would have liked that. Despise. Destiny. Tears. Like tears in rain. Time to die. Let's see. Graveyard. I'm still having trouble seeing how this is gonna get disturbing, but I guess we shall see. Disarray. Extreme sadness. Infinite. I do kind of like how you have to, pay attention and to these characters and think about what they like. Or in this case, just Yuri, because Yuri's awesome. Oh, and by the way, I actually should have started with this. You all are a great bunch of fuckers who didn't spoil anything for me, and I applaud you for that. I thank you. Yeah, whatever. Philosophy. I do like me for some philosophy. Frightening. Melancholy. Happiness, tenacious, secretive. Grief. Oh, interesting. Horror. The horror. Another day passes. Time for the club meeting already. Got a little more comfortable. So when this video is over, I'm actually going to talk about some of my plans for the future. I have a lot. I have a lot on my plate right now. Kind of hungry. Nothing. Have my reasons. Well, is she feeling guilty or is she feeling shame? Because guilt is internal, shame is external. As always. I maybe shouldn't have picked Jekyllstein as the name for my avatar. Because it just was weird for them to tell me that. The revolution? Uh-oh. I feel like that's foreshadowing. What the? Restitution? Okay. So good. Once again, I have the problem of analysis. Of like, oh yeah, maybe I should, so yeah, so I think it's interesting, if you're a woman who loves, you know, because I'm not trying to say, you know, judge anyone or any, because I'm a man and I love the Gothic, and looking back, it does seem to be a very feminine, you know, like I think that, you know, more feminine people enjoy, because I'm a straight cis guy, but I do tend to be pretty feminine a lot of the time, but it's also weird because it was almost all, you know, with the major exception of Frankenstein, it was almost all written by men, at least the ones I can think of off the top of my head. Such a kid! Oh man, now I'm thinking about Iris from that one anime. Oh man, it's been forever since I thought about Pokemon, and I am one of those people who stopped watching once they got rid of Brock. Yeah. I haven't really been into Pokemon for a long time. Although I am thinking about doing a Mystery Dungeon series with a guest. Yeah, where's Monica? A boyfriend? I mean, I don't know. Oh, she's one of those people, one of those like super good at everything people who you also can't be mad about because they're also super humble about it. I know that my school had one of them. It was like you're doing sports and you're like the valedictorian and you're also so nice, so I can't even be mad at you. I'm like, just let the other shoe drop. Just let the other shoe drop. Please don't go all Todoroki on me. Don't go all Todoroki on me. Ugh. I don't get why. I don't. Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna talk about that. Let's just say some men have some preferences that I don't understand. But then again, everyone has preferences that everyone else doesn't understand. And you know, as long as you're not hurting anyone. Wait, I wasn't paying attention. Oh man. Oh, my left does. You know, I got a haircut recently. You know, my mom gives me haircuts. Yeah, I guess that might be weird or whatever. But it's funny because I wanted to get my hair in a Vulcan bowl cut. You know, and my mom was like, "If you do that, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to go to a barber." You're gonna have to go to a barber, and I do get that sentiment, by the way. The like, every bad thing I do is unforgivable, and yeah. Anyway, and she's like, you're gonna have to get someone else to do it for you, because I will not be an accomplice here. And I was like, fair enough. Anyway, and she also, I showed her an H-Bomber Guy video, and she saw it, and she was like, his laugh sounds a lot like yours, and I was like, thanks, I think? Oh boy. Once again, I see myself more in Yuri than I do in the protagonist. This is actually something I've been thinking about. You know, I played Even the Ocean, and you know, you know, the main character is a black woman, and yet I could find myself relating to her because she was in a fantasy world in a situation that I could relate to. And it just bothers me that so many guys are like, I can't relate to a character who doesn't, and I'm like, yeah, you can. Like, heck, again, like I said, I relate to this character.
It's 12 o'clock, just so you know.
Okay.
Can you?
Sorry. Yeah, I need to turn it down. I do. Sometimes you just, like, get loud for no reason. What is the darkness? When is the darkness going to... Oolong can make musics. I should turn the lights off. I don't know why I left them on in here. I should turn this down too if I'm gonna be quieter. I'm having a hard time. You know, it's weird to have the super upbeat music. It's like, yeah, we're gonna, you know, yeah, la-di-dee-dee-dum. We're having fun, and then it's like, that is something I noticed, is that, like, I have a very hard time expressing myself around strangers, but when I'm with someone I know pretty well, I'm like, I can just, like, talk. Okay, yeah, sure. says the encoding's overloaded. Oh yeah, I'm actually playing this windowed. Because I didn't do it. I don't normally do it with this kind of these kind of things, but this time I was having trouble, you know, getting back to OBS once I started the game, and so I just put it in windowed and then I started playing, and I was like, oh, it's the same kind of. It looks the same on the screen thingy, and then I was like, sorry, and then I was like, yeah, so I'll just keep it windowed so I can keep running, so I can keep an eye on the recording and whatnot. You know, I get that it's a joke and it's an anime staple, but that type of thing is something I'm like legitimately worried about. Okay, for a second I was worried that she had an eating disorder. Oh, here's the CG. This is all such a fantasy. I'm actually kind of surprised at how long it takes to get to the disturbing parts. Wait, what did I do? Did I do the thing I was worried about? Yeah. Actually, is Monica like is Monica shipping us, or is the or is she just clueless? I mean, it's funny. There was one time I was with a bunch of female friends of mine, you know, because again, like I mentioned in the video about incels and contrapoints, I get along better, especially in kind of casual relationships with women rather than men. Although I do have like the long term, you know, like close friendships I form are usually with the rare like man who kind of has similar experiences and whatnot. Anyway, I'll put a link to that video in the description, or maybe I'll put it up on, I don't know. It'll be somewhere. Okay, actually, let's look at the timestamp. Fancy. All right, yeah, I'll put it up on the screen at like 18 minutes and 30 seconds. And the what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there was one. There was one person. You know, I talk about politics a lot, and there was one person I was talking to. Who was also really interested in politics, and one of my other friends was like, so I was talking about politics. She was like, "Oh, if X, you know, if the person I was talking to wasn't a lesbian, I would totally ship you two." And I was like, "Yeah, I can see that." So I still don't really know what happened. I'm actually gonna show it to Yuri last. Seems like a bit of space would be nice for some time. Yeah, I would agree. I don't think I don't like the idea that you can have, you know, objective, like this is the game, like, you know, this is the one game design thing that you should be achieving. I mean, if you get something out of it, I think it's worth it. bittersweet. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just want a sad song, and sometimes you can get addicted to a certain kind of sadness. Like with To the Moon, which you should check out my series on that. Oh, that I've only done one video, and I've been like, I really need to do the other video, and yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I might as well talk about this now. I actually have 2 games for my homework next week for my class. One of them is That Dragon Cancer, and one of them is one called Gray Skies Dark Waters. So I am looking forward to playing. I'm gonna try and record them, but I'm not sure. Gray Skies Dark Waters, I think, has a better chance of working on my computer than That Dragon Cancer. So keep an eye out for those videos. But if they're not out by like next Wednesday, they're not gonna happen. At least not for now. Though I am really interested in playing both of those games for the show eventually. And the what was I gonna say? And so it's about, you know, disability, and that's the theme for next week. And I'm going to send one of my I told my professor, like, look, I think, like, I can't promise that I'm not gonna go on tons of To the Moon tangents. And he was like, yeah, okay, I'll check it out. And now I'm like, maybe I should like get the second and third videos out and then send it to him. But I don't know. It's not really. That's not something to worry about. And I also I am gonna continue Vampire the Masquerade. But I have a friend who wants guest star, and I want to have him guest star. So we're gonna figure that out. I think it's gonna happen sometime during this weekend. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. Okay, it's the secret place where I keep all my dreams, little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe, and I put the bottle on the shelf. Put the bottle in the shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. So is she like scraping gray matter out of her head? I don't know. I blow dust off my bottle caps. Doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done, I hurry up, and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them off the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. They're supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading something. Oh boy, this is actually disturbing. I guess the shoe is starting to drop. Yeah, seriously. It's not creepy, it's unnerving, it's disturbing, and uh-oh. There's so much. There's so I can relate. Remember, I am notorious for just not finishing games that I start on this show. Well, I would be notorious if anyone knew who I was. Like and subscribe if you want people to know who I am so they can get mad at me for not finishing these games. Alright, Natsuki. She's the one who got really mad at me yesterday, right? I mean, I don't see what the poem I wrote is, so who knows? I mean, it's interesting because yes and no. You know, on the one hand, yes, obviously I am trying to impress Yuri. On the other hand, I'm trying to impress Yuri because she is more similar to me than me, you know, and she is very, she's very, and her type of poetry is also the type I would write, you know. And sometimes I will choose a word that it's tricky. No, what is he? I'm such an asshole. Why? I mean, I guess she's like. Yeah. The romantics. That the light turning on inside of you, the like, oh man, I know this, I know what to do here. I can, you know, and that, you know, actually now I'm starting to wonder if she's on the spectrum. For those of you who have not seen this show, I can't remember if I mentioned it in the last Doki Doki Literature Club video, but I am on the spectrum, so that was not meant as an insult. I need to do a video about how we talk about and classify the different parts of the spectrum, the autism spectrum. In case you didn't know what, you probably know. You're probably a smart person. Oh, the waifu equivalent. Again, as long as you're not hurting anyone, I really don't care. You know, planning on doing another video about ContraPoints, a bunch of other ContraPoints videos I've watched recently, which, you know, is a talks video, and you know, I feel like I'm just playing with fire at this point, or I'm just asking for tons of people to hate me, but, but, you know, there was one, you know, video she did about the bullshit autogynephilia theory of why people are trans. You know, it's wrong and it's whatever. And every time there was someone would bring up an argument, I was like, I'm like, okay, let's say for the sake of argument, yes, Ben Shapiro, we can use these tactics too. Let's say for the sake of argument that it's all true, that like every trans person is, you know, not a gonophile, which is ridiculous and bullshit, but let's say it's true. You still haven't convinced me why I should care. You still haven't convinced me why this is wrong, why this justifies taking away people's rights, you know, people's bodily autonomy. Anyway, save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors Flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise won't stop. Violet, grating waveforms, squeaking, accusing, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing. Okay. Meaningless. Load me? Wait, what? Load me? Yeah, it's it's interesting. Oh boy. That's kind of disturbing. Huh. Oh boy. I know, I think that sometimes. Oh, it's funny because I'm not worried about other people's criticism. I'm fine with sharing my work and getting criticism. I just don't think that anything they say is good about my work is good, you know? One of my friends texted me earlier today, and he said, you know, like, I really like your channel, and I really like, you know, you had some rough spots at the beginning, but I really like what you're doing now. And I was like, thanks, man. You know, that meant a lot to me, and I actually like the fact that he said it had some rough spots at the beginning, because then it felt less, you know, this is someone I know in real life, so it's not just some guy who's, and there is a part of me that's like, I'm glad that you like it. You know, I probably don't like it as much as you do. The raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scattering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread. My subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. Bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon is taken to following me. You could say we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic pipe love and conditioning. I slice the bread, and I feed myself again. Wait. So, did she turn her... Did she, there's actually a lot there. For some reason this kind of reminds me, the thing that comes to my head, the end of my mind is the end of The Most Dangerous Game, which I just remember as being kind of confusingly worded. It's been a while though. So I'm like, is she turned into the raccoon? Or did the raccoon, kill her? And is it switching perspectives? I think that, you know, these are interesting questions, and I think that a lot of people see narrative ambiguity, as a puzzle to be solved. You know, like for instance, the top in Inception. It's like, is he still dreaming, or is he? You know, and I think the point is actually isn't that. It's that you have to ask that question. Yeah. For some reason, I'm now having I'm now having, you know, like weird imposter syndrome because I haven't, you know, Mary Shelley was a year younger than me when she wrote Frankenstein, and of course, you know, logically I'm like, yeah, well, H.G. Wells was in his 30s when he published, you know, The Invisible Man, which I also really like, you know, but yeah. Some pamphlets. And tell us what we're actually doing for the event. So actually, the one thing I want to say is the impetus for this video was kind of a video that I didn't watch for obvious reasons, the reason that will be obvious in a second. But it was called, you know, ruining Doki Doki Literature Club by explaining the code behind it, and I was like, huh, I have this on my Steam account, and I should. And it's Halloween, and I should probably play this. So that is actually one thing that I don't have in common with Yuri. I actually don't get stage fright. Like, it's like the one form of social thing that everyone seems to be afraid of except me. Now, I will, you know, when I would go on stage during like high school productions, I would get, you know, jitters. I would get, you know, a little bit of nervousness. But as soon as you actually go on stage, or as soon as I go on stage, it just all melts away. You do realize you can have a club with 5 people, right? I mean, you do. It's not that no one is going to, yeah. Interesting. I mean, I actually think that's not necessarily good advice. There's a certain thing, you know, when you're performing it in front of other people, there is a specific, you know, way you have to do things. What does that even mean? Jeez, Natsuki. What's your problem? Yeah, because you're presenting. Uh-oh. Making pamphlet. Wait, where's Yuri? Oh, there she is. Huh. I mean, all right. All right, here we go. Huh. That's odd. Okay, well, I'm running up on 45 minutes, so I think that's pretty good for today. Hopefully I'll be able to get these videos out more often. And I'm starting to see I'm starting to see the darkness. Starting to see. I thought that would have loaded my. Huh. Alright, well, thank you for watching, esteemed viewers. I am Jekyllstein Gray. If you want to see more stuff, you know, be sure to give it a like. If you want to, if you want some more stuff, subscribe and ring the bell to get notified and give it a like. So it'll feed the algorithm, and leave a comment to feed the algorithm. Let me know your thoughts on, like, you know, the feminine Gothic or whatever. Anything else in the video. Share it with your friends if you liked it. Share it with your enemies if you didn't. Yeah, so, there should be some more stuff up here of another video and a playlist. Yeah. I have been Jekyllstein Gray, and I will see you in another video where the other shoe is probably going to drop. Bye-bye.